So mean.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right. Yep.
What's going on?
Yeah.
How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Lovely.
Hey, let me ask you guys. Does she look blurry to any of you? She looks crystal clear to me. Well, as clear.
No,
as
it's crystal clear on YouTube. I'm watching it over there.
Oh, isn't that weird? So but what's weird is even the screenshot you sent me looks just like that. That's what's
No, it doesn't.
Oh God, is that like that? Can't even be technically possible. I think.
Oh, it's possible.
that you're screenshotting and it's blurry. You sent it to me and it's clear.
You're crazy.
That's a JPEG. Okay, it's not a.
No, it's so blurry I can't even explain it to you.
Okay, yeah. Turn that around so I can see it.
I'm gonna.
No, that's not the. Well, I don't know.
What the hell are you looking at? You
move
can't
it.
even see it. Oh, my phone's over there.
Yeah.
This is a mess.
Wait.
Wait. Look how blurry that is. Oh my God,
That's not blurry either. What's going on?
But it's not blurry compared to that.
I think there's a ghost.
Now wait, let me see. Well, can I get the other me on? I don't know. This is a mess. Whatever, Gray Hughes.
Something's not quite going right there. But anyways, there could be some noises going on. Who knows? There's some people getting rid of some cement in the backyard. It's the real world, everybody. So, and my dog might bark at hearing the sound, but maybe not because I have him sitting right next. Blue always does it. So.
Oh yeah, mine'll bark because they hate me. So
we're going to be doing covering Rajah McQueen and Janice and Brandon Beitelman. That's one that I've talked about before, and then there's this crazy interview that I actually got a hold of the husband. That was a 1981 cold case. I got a hold of the husband, and I mean, you listened to it, right? Did you listen to the whole thing, or I mean, it was pretty.
I did.
It's crazy. He's probably the most crude speaking person in the history of just anybody, really.
Hey, listen, he has the same penis that he's always had. How about that?
Yeah.
I was trying to imagine your face, which got me through the interview. So Grace sent me for this case, right? He sends me a recording of the lady who died, who was murdered's husband. So I'm thinking, all right, I mean, this is a cold case. Cold cases are not my thing. Whatever. Man. I started listening to this and I was like, wow. I didn't even move. I just sat and listened like, oh my God. Yeah. What in the world must Gray have been thinking as this man was talking?
But why do you think that about me? I'm not some weird, like, goody two-shoes or some crap like that.
Well, you're kind of good.
You probably think that.
I think that, Gray.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I was just listening going, wow,
He was very, his language, I have really bad mouth. And I blushed a few times. I was like, whoa, all right. Okay, sir.
And it's weird, too.
He just says whatever he wants. That's it. That's what he says.
It's interesting, too, because I just happened to call him right after 4 detectives from Ohio actually flew out just randomly to meet him all the way over down in Texas, right? So that I think he mentioned that isn't that in the interview?
He does mention
that.
So
it's kind of weird.
They're at me and now you're at me. You're like, wait, I'm not at you.
Yeah, mine was just completely random. I just found the case, and then he even said, go ahead and send the interview to the detective. So I got hold of the detective and sent it over there. I don't know what ever made of it, but he seems innocent, really. I mean...
No, he definitely seemed innocent to me. He seemed like a man with nothing to hide, and I do mean nothing. He's like a more outspoken Don Wells.
Yeah, allegedly. And and it's weird too, because even one time, like in these articles, they talk favorably about like he had just lost his job and he, and he goes, "Oh, that's just bull crap, man." No. Yeah. And I don't know if it's his ego trying to come out, but anyways, I don't know if we want to play. It'd be cool to play it on another, like just that. And
yeah, we definitely should play just that after we go through this. Maybe we won't have time to do that today.
Right.
But you guys definitely need to hear the husband. You have to hear the husband in this case.
Yeah. So,
but we have 2 cases today. One's hot and one's cold.
Yeah, so we made a playlist called Hot and Cold. So that's what
you
these
like
are
that,
gonna
huh? We're creative like that.
Yeah.
We're not.
Just like the screens. Mine's always like red, and yours is sort of lighter over there, like kind of a cold.
I know. Hot and cold. That's us.
You need blue lighting.
I have my blue lighting. It's not helping. Oh my gosh.
So Rajah McQueen we'll start off with.
Yeah. She went missing this year. We have a few videos to show you guys. She's currently missing. She's 27 years old. She's a mom, and she's the youngest of 6 sisters, and her family is torn apart over her being missing. So we wanted to bring that to people's attention. I searched for her story and found maybe 1 or 2 videos on YouTube. Nothing much at all. So trying to get her name out there.
All right, and then should we just want to play that first one?
Sure, yeah. The
3 weeks since anyone has seen a 27-year-old Cleveland woman, and tonight, Rajah McQueen's family and friends held a rally hoping to bring attention to her case and help bring her home. Those gathered told our Jesse Schultz it's just not like her just to leave.
Rajah is the mother of 2 young boys. She's a sister and a daughter who I'm told loves her family. And that family is desperate for information and worried that she's in danger.
Return her to us safely, oh Heavenly Father. We need her, oh Heavenly Father. We love her, oh Heavenly Father.
A safe return is all Rajah McQueen's family is asking. The last time they talked to her was June 20th.
This is a mother of two children. Why would she just up and leave her children for no reason?
Rajah is not only a mother and a sister, but a young woman with ambition, studying music at Rosedale Bible College. Her sister, Brianna McQueen, says she lit up every room she walked in.
When you just look at her, you can see joy. My birthday was yesterday. She will never not call me or say happy birthday to me.
In the 3 weeks since her disappearance, her friends and family have been searching near and far to find out where she is, but say they've gotten little information from police.
Now, she might have had more coverage if it was happening today because of there's almost like this backlash from the Gabby Petito thing where people are feeling guilty not covering so many things.
Absolutely. They even mentioned that in one of the interviews, her sister. She's like, we're happy Gabby's getting this coverage, but, Rajah, she matters too. But she got no coverage, nothing.
And this is, hold on a second. This is News Channel 5. The link's in the description, too, if you want to go watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Step up. Step up! She didn't choose to do this. We don't know what she chose to do. She needs to be looked for. The police needed to listen to this family to say that this is something out of the ordinary, and look for her.
Rajah's car is also missing, a 2018 silver Nissan Sentra that her family says was last seen in Westlake.
See something, say something.
Pleading for someone to come forward if they know where Rajah may be.
There's this unspoken rule where, like, if you see something, you don't say something, but it's like, come on now, this could be your family. Every little bit helps, and she is never forsaken nor forgotten.
And praying for her to come home.
Bring back our child safely, oh Heavenly Father.
I asked Cleveland police for an update on Rajah's case, but have not heard back. She is 5'6" and about 130 pounds. She also has a distinct red tattoo on her wrist. If you know anything about her disappearance, you're asked to call Cleveland's Detective Bureau. I have that number on our News 5 app. Reporting in Cleveland, Jesse Schultz, News 5.
Now, this was 3 weeks after she went missing, so Gray's got some other videos with updates in it that we're going to watch, because this says her car is missing, but they end up finding her car, unfortunately. So we'll get into that.
All right, so you think we should do this one next? Or not that you can't see it, but oops, I got the wrong one on the screen. Hold on.
Yeah, July.
I got the wrong everything on the screen there. A whole different set. I got like 100 different sets on mine.
Oh,
On
great,
here.
Hughes.
All right, so let me get to the right one.
Cleveland police
glad I didn't
asked
put the
that
one I
if
was in
anyone
jail.
sees McQueen or has any information to give them a call. In Cleveland, Katie Tursek, 19 News.
Oh, was that the end of it?
A month-long
Yeah,
search continues
Oh.
for a missing Northeast
Maybe
Ohio
we'll just play
woman.
that one.
Her family left with so many questions, Chris, as to exactly what happened.
Incredibly disheartening. The family speaking to our Katie Tursek with hopes of their loved one coming back home.
She was last heard from by her sisters.
That was 1 month ago. It's been 1 month since anyone has heard from or seen missing 27-year-old Rajah McQueen. McQueen's family wants answers. Where is she? What happened?
This is what I want to say to anybody who may be involved. You're not smarter than the law. You're not smarter than God. Somewhere, something slips up.
Police tell 19 News McQueen was last seen from Miles Avenue. We're told McQueen is possibly driving a 2018 Nissan Sentra.
You'd be driving down the street and you see a car and I say, oh my goodness, that's her.
McQueen's family believes something is just off, not normal about her disappearance.
When people were calling, the phone was manually shut off, and that's really important to say. The phone company didn't disconnect it, but it was manually shut off. Her car, the plates were last ran in Westlake. That's where she worked out.
McQueen's cousin's most difficult part of this horrific nightmare?
Not somebody calling you screaming, said, she's found, she's found, she's found.
As police keep searching for McQueen, this family says they'll be doing everything they can to bring her home. Cleveland police ask that if anyone sees McQueen or has any information to give them a call. In Cleveland, Katie Tursek, 19 News.
Yeah, so 19 News.
Now, the next update is unfortunate.
Yeah, so that was July 21st, that one we just watched.
Yeah.
And then
Here's this one. You got to rewind it.
And leave. She was just beautiful inside and out.
It's been more than 3 months
Only
since
coming out of the
Rajah
left
McQueen's
side.
family has seen or heard from the 27-year-old mother of two.
We looking for you. We gon' find you, Ray.
They have been searching and praying.
Every day, thousands of
wow,
people
now
go
it's up the
missing.
other side.
Police have been investigating.
Wait, what is
and
this?
McQueen has been featured on Fox 8's Missing with Amanda Berry.
A loved one to be found.
McQueen's cousin and sister spoke to me Wednesday. They say they are heartbroken and devastated.
No, she wouldn't just up and disappear and leave. Just, vanish.
They tell me McQueen is a mom to 2 young boys, and before her disappearance, she was studying music at Rosedale Bible College. Police tell us this is the area on Cleveland's east side where the young mother was last seen. She was at a gas station on East 131st Street around 7:30 a.m. on June 26. Police say she was with a man at the time. Cleveland Police Detective Kevin Callahan says a few hours later, around 11:40 a.m., her vehicle was spotted on video at the intersection of Broadway and Union Avenues.
It's very alarming to us.
The video quickly caught the attention of investigators because this time she was not in the car, and a bullet hole can be seen on the side of the vehicle.
That's the most concerning and alarming thing to us. When we initially saw her driving back in the early morning hours, her car was fine.
Oh, wow.
Well, come 11:15 in the morning, we see a clear and confirmed bullet hole in the rear passenger door of her car.
Callahan, who is working with the FBI and Crime Stoppers of Cuyahoga County on the case, says investigators are also looking for her car, a 2018 silver Nissan Sentra.
We need the community to come forward. Somebody knows what happened to this young lady. And even if it's a family member of somebody who's involved in her in this missing persons case, they need to come forward.
Her family says they just want to find her.
We want answers. We want closure.
In Cleveland, Peggy Gallick, Fox 8 I-Team.
Yeah, so I've actually got it all mapped out too.
What a screwed up case.
Of course, I have to open up Google Earth. I had to reboot my computer earlier, so there's things that aren't open. So, might take a second.
And hello to everybody in the chat. It's good to see you guys in here.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where she just disappeared. I was wondering how they knew for sure that's a bullet hole. And
Yeah,
now
that's
that
how it was confirmed.
yeah,
Right?
well, it wasn't there before, and they sound like they really know for sure that it was a bullet.
Yep. They don't have the car yet. They're still looking for the car. So they saw on surveillance when she was coming in, there was no bullet hole. And then they saw it again about 4 hours later. She wasn't in the car 4 hours later, and there was a bullet hole in it. So where did she go? She was getting gas. She didn't show up for work.
Well, they have her on that video we just watched at this gas station, because I was looking at and I had chosen this one, so I don't know why it couldn't be this one. I don't know which one really she was at. Maybe they chose one too, but it really doesn't matter. At one of these two gas stations here is when it was at 7:30 in the morning, and then at 11 in the morning, the car apparently had come back down Harvard Boulevard, and then 11:14 is the actual time. It's seen right by Broadway right here, and I think they were just showing us that like an overhead shot, probably right up there.
Yeah.
I don't know where the camera is, but it was,
Probably in one of the traffic lights or something.
Yeah, this is actually a 11:20 Google Earth. So right in that spot, her car's driving by, but she's probably, I don't know. I mean, it's odd that it was 4 hours later. So was somebody in the? Did somebody jump in the car and basically take it over, or have her drive somewhere, or did she get gas and go somewhere?
How far away is that, Gray? What's the distance between the 7:30 and the 11:14?
Yeah, I can just.
It doesn't seem very far.
It's only 2 miles total from here to where it was seen on camera right there.
And that's a straight shot. What kind of businesses are there? Like what?
Yeah. Well,
where might she have been going?
It's odd to still be on Harvard, like you're on Harvard getting gas, and then you're on Harvard and Broadway when the car is seen again. She lived right here in these apartments. Right there, which isn't far away. So maybe does anybody know where she was
going that way, right?
Yeah.
To go get gas.
So she lives here, but where was she heading when she went and got gas?
I don't know. I know the family said that she didn't show up. I couldn't tell if they were saying she didn't show up for work or she didn't show up for her workout. So let me see. See if anybody knows. Let me just look.
We start in Strongsville, where one boy got a surprise from his own classmates.
And turn to technology to help them do their jobs.
Oh, that's the license plate one.
I hate when those do that. Ugh. Okay, so I do have this video here, and it's set. I can read it.
Okay.
It says, every time a phone rings, Rajah McQueen's sisters pray that it's any type of news. Maybe today I'll get a call and it will say something about Rajah, but every day I wake up and it's the same, says Shamir McQueen, her sister. 27-year-old Rajah McQueen is the youngest of 6 girls, and they're a close-knit family who are always in communication with one another. She's a mom to 2 young boys, and before her disappearance, she was studying at Rosedale Bible College. She loved music, she loved God, she loved her family, but for 3 months, she's been missing. You have to go on with your daily life and work and live, and you still worry about your sibling, not knowing if they're dead or alive or if you are going to see them again. It's just heartbreaking. According to Crime Stoppers, Rajah was last seen in her 2018 Nissan Sentra on June 26 at 7:30 a.m. at a gas station on East 131st and Harvard Avenue in Cleveland. Around 11:40 the same day, her car was seen at Broadway and Union Avenue, but she was not driving the car. Her and her car have not been seen since. She's missing. Her car is missing. She hadn't been home. She has not shown up to work. She just vanished. She has to be somewhere. She is somewhere, and someone knows something. Her family's passed out flyers. They've gone door to door in neighborhoods. They're searching out answers themselves since she went missing. Shamir said that they are in contact with the Cleveland police and periodically they get updates, but they're very minimal. I'm not saying the police haven't been doing their job. I just don't think they have enough to do it. I just don't feel like they have those extra resources. A constant pain that they said only deepens is when cases like Gabby Petito's are thrust into the national spotlight with what seems like a nationwide urgency to find her. I'm not saying anyone is more important than the other because she's not the only person who's missing. I just want those resources that everyone else is getting to at least apply to her too. It's just like, well, another Black girl, she's just missing. Shamir said, while surreal, they've accepted the reality that their sister's missing, but the thought of never finding her is unimaginable. We would take her any way we can get her. We just want her to come home, and I'm so tired of not knowing. Crime Stoppers is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to Rajah or the identity and prosecution of anyone involved in her disappearance. And you can submit your tips anonymously. So she was supposed to be going to work. So she was saying work, not work out.
Where does she work?
She never made it there. I don't know where she works. Maybe I can find that on her Instagram.
Yeah, what's weird though, they also mentioned Broadway and Union in that article, but I had one that said Harvard, and so it's actually up further. I mean, I don't know if they got her through this intersection and then later found her again up here, or is that really what they meant the first time?
I don't know. It said Broadway and Union.
Because it's way up here. See, like you'd have to go. Maybe she took a right on.
They
Broadway.
might have caught something on surveillance there, and then it ended up there. I don't know. There is an update that I thought that I sent you from the police. I sent you something from the police. So it says that she was a sales rep for Avon. She was studying biblical and theological studies at Rosedale Bible College.
She seemed to, I mean, just to throw it out there, she seemed to have like a transformation from 2018 where she seemed like she got in some trouble. And
well, it also said state tested nursing assistant at Anchor Medical Staffing from 2019 to present.
Oh, what's the name of that
place?
place?
On her Facebook. Anchor Medical Staffing. I need to just mute for a second and call my daughter back.
I wonder if that's...
Anchor Medical Staffing, it says.
Well, it's over here. But work might be... That sounds like maybe a temp service for medical work. Because medical staffing, you know. So put that in there. Anchor Medical Staffing. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna look her up more recently. Rajah McQueen. So it's 7:30 at a gas station.
Yeah, I thought I sent like a police update or something.
See right here, look, it says right here, around 11:15 that same day, surveillance camera spotted Rajah's car going west on Harvard Avenue towards Broadway. So maybe that's in a different place, and then in that thing you just read, they had the car
Broadway and Union.
So then maybe it was just heading towards Broadway, so it probably turned right on. Okay, now we can actually add to the. Okay, there's the Anchor Staffing's way over here, which if she was going that direction might make sense, but I think Anchor Staffing is a place that sends you to different places.
Sure, yeah. Let me see. I was looking for what else I could find on her on her Facebook. Let's just see here.
Yeah, I think she actually turned right on Broadway then. Or the vehicle did. I don't know if it was her. Like that. And then it was spotted again here.
Can we just show her singing?
Where's that, on Instagram? Or send me the link.
This is on her Facebook.
Oh.
She sang a lot of worship music. She has a beautiful voice too.
Yeah, but I think it's important to bring up that, like, in 2018, she was having different, little struggling.
Yeah, 2018, she looked like, I mean, we don't know for sure. She had a trespassing charge. That could be anything. She was dressing differently, but everything that I could find on her seems to be her really trying to, I mean, she released a little single. It was a worship song called Warfare.
She's got multiple Facebook pages, right?
She does, and Instagram pages. She has a YouTube channel, but it's just her little sons on there. But, from everything that I can see, she was really doing wonderful things now. So,
yeah. But you might wonder if something from her past, because I thought it was interesting that the car that she had was from 2018. So was there something going on during that time frame where, I mean, I don't know, but you might think that maybe something happened, that there was something from her past that caught up to her at a certain point, or it just could be some random psycho that, I mean, she looked like
been a carjacking.
She looked like she was stronger than shit. I mean, like she could beat the hell out of her.
She looked like she wasn't taking no crap either, but she's also dressing in these long dresses and heels, and somebody comes to attack you, you might not be doing too much scrapping.
But probably on a nursing day, you wouldn't be wearing something like that.
You might be wearing scrubs, sneakers, or those scrub shoes or whatever.
Thank you, Emily.
This says, this is January 2020. Every time I look up, I see blessings, blessings, blessings. Every time I look up, I see the blessings. Thank you, God, everything that you've done. I was in a dark space in my life, but you are using me as an example to make all things new. And this is a Phi Theta Kappa. Rajah, you did it. You've earned an invitation to become Phi Theta Kappa member. So this was in 2020. It looked like she got an invitation to
is that a sorority?
Join the sorority.
But how old is she? Isn't she like 20?
She's 27.
27, but I mean that's kind of old.
Well, last year she'd have been 26.
But it's kind of, but that's sort of old to be like being in a sorority. Is that what that is, or is that some?
Yeah, it looks that way. But I mean, if she started college late, maybe she started late.
Yeah, there you go. I guess we had a couple. We had a guy like that was in my fraternity. He was like way older than everybody.
Yeah, this is she's at Wolstein Center at Cleveland State University. Future leaders dreaming forward. She's taking pictures with people. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she was just still in a bad area.
Oh, so she just said, Audra said it was a Phi Theta is an honor society.
An honor society. Thank you, Audra.
I was kind of wondering about that. Wonder if it was just some other deal. But she was back in school, though, right?
She was back in school, yes. Yep. And the important thing is, too, that, she's a mama. She's got 2 little boys. I started college at 32 years old. Yeah, see, there you go.
I think most people should start college around over 25, to be honest.
Yeah, because we're dummies before then.
And you don't really give a shit about college at all. You're just like, ooh, look at that girl over there. Ooh, party, 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 party. It isn't until you're like 24, 25 where you start going, you know what? Life actually matters too. Like other things, like.
I said theta, Theta, not beta. Well, so for now, I'm going to keep up with this as well. So I'm going to keep digging as much as I can to try to find out more. Like I said, there's not a lot of information out there on her story at all. Maybe we can get in touch with one of the sisters.
Yeah, how did somebody not see something though? That's the. But I can imagine if you're not living in the best part of town, you're not going to say anything, right?
Right. You're not.
Yeah.
Usually you're not. I mean, if it's gang related, usually you're not. But, I mean, the guy could have just jumped in the car and been like, go. So what do? You go. I mean, you could have had a gun, anything. So you just go. Or, I mean, they did say she was seen at the gas station with a man, right?
I didn't see that part. Was she?
I thought that's what they played in the video.
Oh, I don't remember that. I was just going to wonder, was there a guy at the gas station with her?
Right. Was he with her? We don't know.
I didn't hear that part. You said they said that they.
I swore. Did you guys hear it when he was playing the video?
Which one?
I thought it was the first one, that she was seen at 7-something in the morning, and there was a guy at the gas station. Or am I making stuff up now? Make of the car. How do people just disappear? So frustrate me. It is.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where she's there, and all there is another picture of the car, and then the car is missing. She's missing. Okay, somebody said yes, but I think that's somebody that. Let's go listen to it again.
Sure.
Well, so which one was that one?
I thought it was the first one.
A month-long search continues.
Rajah McQueen. That's the one.
Long
right?
search continues for a missing Northeast
I think
Ohio
that was the
woman.
one, right?
Her family left with so many questions, Chris, as to exactly
No,
what
that's July
happened.
21st.
I think it was the first one. It was like 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later.
But it's the one with the officer there, right?
No, that was the last one with the officer.
And unfortunately, I don't remember which. I don't know which one was the.
I'm looking now to find out.
I don't remember where the first one was. I don't have it. I don't remember hearing that.
Because they haven't. I mean, let's see here. Okay, so here's the other thing, right? I wanted to know if she said worked out. So here's the text of the video we watched. People were calling. The phone was manually shut off. And that's really important to say. The phone company didn't disconnect it. Her car, the place where last ran in Westlake. That's where she worked out.
Okay, so that's different than the work. Okay.
Right.
But that was that the same day?
She didn't show up to work. We don't know if she didn't show up to work the same day, but we know that her plates were ran in Westlake.
Okay.
And that's where she worked out. So maybe she was on her way to Westlake that morning to work out.
Like after she went to the gym, right? I mean, after she got the gas, she went to work out. Maybe.
Where's Westlake?
So Westlake's over in that direction. It's east or west of this, and not too far from Anchor Medical Staffing.
Okay.
So I'm going to type in gyms in Westlake. There's a bunch of them. She probably didn't go to Jazzercise. Live Fit Personal Training, maybe. I don't know. So there's a whole bunch of places over here, but they're all right in this area.
I'm just checking all these articles to see. Okay, so we do have her license plate information. 2018 silver Nissan Sentra, license plate JGH3953. So I don't see any missing poster for her, so I'll make one today.
I actually have that stuff in my notes over here. Let me. I'm trying to find that first video that we played.
Why is my dog crying down there? Shush your mouth.
So hold on a second.
Rachel was beautiful. She was just beautiful inside and out.
It's been more than 3 months since Rajah McQueen's family has seen or heard from the 27-year-old mother of 2.
We looking for you. We gonna find you, Ray.
They have been searching and praying.
Every day, thousands of people go missing.
Police have been investigating, and McQueen has been featured on.
So it's not in that one. It was in an earlier one. Not that one.
Yeah, I don't see it either yet. I can look if we want to move on to Janice, and I'll continue to look for this.
Yeah, I will just a second. I'm gotta wait for this dumb ad to. I think this might be the one. This is from July 13th.
It's been 3 weeks since anyone has seen a 27-year-old Cleveland woman, and tonight, Rajah McQueen's family and friends held a rally hoping to bring attention to her case and help bring her home. Those gathered told our Jesse Schultz it's just not like her.
Yeah, this is the first one that we played.
Rajah is the mother of 2 young boys. She's a sister and a daughter who I'm told loves her family. And that family is desperate for information and worried that she's in danger.
Return her to us safely, oh Heavenly Father. We need her, oh Heavenly Father. We love her, oh Heavenly Father.
A safe return is all Rajah McQueen's family is asking. The last time they talked to her was June 20th.
This is a mother of two children. Why would she just up and leave her children for no reason?
Rajah is not only a mother and a sister, but a young woman with ambition, studying music at Rosedale Bible College. Her sister, Brianna McQueen, says she lit up every room she walked in.
When you just look at her, you can see joy. My birthday was yesterday. She will never not call me or say happy birthday to me.
In the 3 weeks since her disappearance, her friends and family have been searching near and far to find out where she is, but say they've gotten little information from police.
We're asking the police department to step up. Step up! She didn't choose to do this. We don't know what she chose to do. She needs to be looked for. The police needed to listen to this family to say that this is something out of the ordinary. And look for her.
Rajah's car is also missing, a 2018 silver Nissan Sentra that her family says was last seen in Westlake.
See something, say something.
Pleading for someone to come forward if they know where Rajah may be.
There's this unspoken rule where like if you see something, you don't say something, but it's like, come on now, this could be your family. Every little bit helps, and she is never forsaken nor forgotten.
And praying for her to come home.
Bring back our
Weird, because I had a bullet hole before Westlake.
I asked
right?
Cleveland police for an update on Rajah's case, but have not heard back. She is
No, this is
5'6"
before that.
and about 130 pounds. She also has a distinct red tattoo on her wrist. If you know anything
I didn't
about
hear that
her
anything about a
disappearance,
guy.
you're asked to
I
call
don't know.
Cleveland's Detective
I swear
Bureau.
I heard
I have
that, but
that
I'm
number
crazy,
on our
so
News
maybe
5
not.
app. Reporting in Cleveland, Jesse Schultz, News 5.
I may not have.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about a guy in any of the articles that I looked at.
Yeah, well, we know she wasn't driving the car when they saw the car go by. They definitely said that she wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Well, who was then?
Yeah,
I mean, her windows are tinted, so they must have a front view.
I don't remember
but they
that,
didn't name
yeah.
a person of interest either.
Yeah, it had a bullet hole in it. And then, but see, this article that we just watched was from July.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think you guys you're hearing things. Find me the part where it said that and let me know. But I never saw that. But the let's see. So she had a bullet hole in the car. But this article that we just played was from July in July, where they're talking about last seen at Westlake. But is that really though? I mean, was she working out? Because a lot of people when they work out at like 6 a.m. So maybe at that time, that's all they remember. Do you get what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Well, because
All they remember, they didn't see her?
No, because back then they go, oh yeah, she was last seen at Westlake. She was at the gym. But then later on, the police investigations continued. Now they have this other stuff that she was at a gas station, and the car was last seen at that intersection.
Well, it says she wasn't driving her vehicle. She was last seen on surveillance at the gas station, right?
But this article that we just played said her car was last seen in Westlake, which is near the gym, probably, right? So maybe that's because that was the early information that they had. Because later on in October is when they start talking about the gas station and other information. You know what I mean? Like they've narrowed it down. Now the last time the car was seen was at that intersection, not Westlake. unless that's considered. Is that considered Westlake?
Let's
no.
look.
Well, it can't
Okay.
be. It's way over here. Westlake's way over here. It's not even close. So they have it where at 7:30 she was at a gas station. Then at 11:14, the car is seen on Harvard headed towards Broadway.
Yeah.
But then they also say it was caught on a camera at Union and Broadway, which to me...
Well, I'm reading what the police said now. Here's what he said, okay? He said, the detective Callahan said Rajah was last seen at 7:30 a.m. at the gas station at East 131st and Harvard.
Yeah.
She's seen getting into her car. Then she goes off grid for 3.5 hours. Around 11:15 that same day, surveillance cameras spotted her car going west on Harvard Ave towards Broadway, but Rajah was not the one driving it. Callahan said police have confirmed there's at least one bullet hole in the car, so we have not seen her or her car since that last video footage.
But then they also said in another article that it was Union and Broadway where the I think that's where the shot was from above or something. I think that might be the shot where they show the bullet hole. The one was driving by here, they were just saying that they could see the car driving in this direction. So I think that means it probably took a right on Broadway if it's then seen here, but we don't know what time that was. Right?
Where's that right there?
That's Union and Broadway.
Yeah, no, we don't know. But that could, I mean...
Just minutes later, I would think.
If the police said it.
And so it's heading in that direction. And so I don't know what the whole part about Westlake and the sighting there. What is that? The car was seen there. That seems like that was a different time when she was at the gym. I mean, it could have been that she was at the gym before, and people remember seeing the car there.
We know she didn't show up to the gym. She didn't go to work out.
Then how was the car seen? Well, I guess Westlake could just be, it was seen somewhere.
Yeah, they just said Westlake. They didn't say a gym or anything.
It sounds like
They
the
just
story's
said
kind of
Westlake.
like all over the place, because the other one said she didn't show up to work. The other one said she didn't show up to working out.
Well,
right.
So no, it said Westlake is where she works out. Not that she didn't show up to work out. They said she also didn't show up for work.
Well, just a minute ago you said she didn't show up to work out.
No.
We're gonna go back and hit the replay button. But anyways,
No, we
but
are.
how about if she did go to work out? Okay, let's say she went to work out. She made it there, let's say, and then after that she went to get gas. So people at first when they were going, hey, did she go to the gym? Oh yeah, she was here, blah blah blah. And then later on, the police doing the investigation, because that kind of makes a little bit of sense. You're over here working out in Westlake, then you go back over here towards where you live and get gas, and who knows what she was going to do next, or where she, what job she had. Did she work at a hospital or a facility? Or I think we need more information.
We definitely need more information, because the only one thing we know for sure is she went to get gas and then her car was being driven by somebody else. Her phone's been turned off. She never showed up to whatever job on whatever day. We don't know. She's just gone.
Yeah.
Where the hell is she?
And that's one
where's
of the
car?
Yeah, and that's one of the things too. Like, to make your story where people can really dig in and they feel like they can help, is you have to have as much information as possible out there, right? Like,
have you ever heard that they tell people not to talk to anyone? Hey, keep it quiet. Don't talk to the media. We're working on it.
They do that
no
sometimes.
Details are let out.
Right, and then we're all just kind of, And the thing is,
that's so horrible.
Social media helps a lot in some aspects, like finding, like the van when Gabby's van was filmed by that one person, the 2 TikTok witnesses that picked up Brian, all that kind of stuff. See, that makes a huge difference. It's the crazy rumor mill stuff that doesn't help.
All right, now I'm on Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
There's an endangered missing persons flyer, and it says this: Rajah McQueen had just come home from her college, Rosedale Bible College, where she was studying music. She was last seen during the week of June 20th to 27th. She was last seen in her car, and it explains what the car is. Her family is very concerned because of a possible abusive relationship.
There we go.
Now, that was posted July 14th.
Well, that's interesting. So there you go. That could mean a lot right there. Now, we've seen so many stories lately where it just escalates and then boom. I mean, it's so common. It's crazy.
I hadn't read that. So now I'm like, what in the world is going on?
And then if there was something mentioned about another guy, I didn't hear it. Maybe that's the individual.
Right.
And then they took her car, but the car's gone.
Yeah.
Like, that's strange that usually you find the car dumped somewhere. But she was probably in the car, actually, but not visible, I would think, at that time. Maybe, unless... Wow, God.
So you're not knowing anything.
Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
This is rough. Let's see. Crime Stoppers has a poster.
Why don't we try to get a hold of the mother and the sister, and let's just interview them on the side.
Yeah. I'm gonna message her sisters and see if it's possible.
Looks like what did we start the show off with? Subs? We had 9,100 and something, but they went down because we're not covering Gabby Petito.
Or Summer.
Yeah. Come on, you guys.
Yeah.
Pretend at least that you're interested in true crime, all right? The ones
No, they're not. Come on. Please stop. Will you please stop, please?
Trying to get a word out and helping other people instead of just the sensationalistic garbage.
No, they don't want you to do that, Gray. Don't ever do that.
It's unreal.
It's sad. It's a sad situation. We were just talking about it. It's just...
Yeah, no, it's
insane.
I do like nightly conversations. I have to let people know that if you see people that are still covering Gabby Petito and talking about stuff like finding a bottle and these kind of things, they're only doing it for subs and views. There's absolutely nothing interesting about that. They have already found him. It would have been cool if he'd found the bottle before, because it would have led to maybe helping find him. Okay. But finding a bottle now doesn't mean shit. It's unbelievable.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so let's do that. Is there any way to, it shouldn't take that long.
Now.
I'd like to
see Shamir, so I'll message her.
Yeah, and maybe, you can even send her the link that we covered it, and, why not? I think it'd be interesting to get a hold of her to get all of the information that's known. I think that they've probably been updated on various aspects, I would think, but we've seen that's not the case a lot of times too, right? All right, so we're going to switch over to Beitelman now. All right, so let me switch screens. What's going on? I can tell you're doing something else. You're just like my boss. I can always tell.
What? I'm emailing the lady.
Yeah, they can always tell when they're doing something different. They're like, Their mind's a mile away, man. Yeah, they're like doing something totally different. Let's see. Yeah, so let's do that.
And shut up, Gray Hughes. I messaged her. So
she's going to beat me up.
I'm like, who's this crazy lady messaging me? I never message family, but I feel like her story is, we don't have enough information, so.
Yeah. So this is Janice and Brandon Beidleman, 1981, September 13th. So, pretty warm outside and in Ohio here. So let me open up the... I think it's just probably better to just start off. What happened was her and her kid were killed. So Brandon is, I think, what is he, 3? I can't remember now, but he's really young. And Janice,
I thought he was 2.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah,
just a baby.
So Janice and Brandon were both found murdered, and just the sort of the way it all played out was just wild. I mean, they have this whole timeline where they're driving around, visiting different people, and let me get to the scene here. I've mapped it all out. I'm going to turn off all these little route things that's throwing me off. Alright. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I'm going to open up the timeline article that I found. There was almost no news coverage, none in newspapers.com, but the genealogy website that has newspapers actually had this in there, and I think it's just good to go through this. It's pretty crazy. All right, so, and this is one that you never got to see because apparently I sent over all these PDF files and only one made it over, and it was just sort of this.
It was literally this big.
Yeah, tiny.
And it was nothing. I'm like, Gray's a crazy person. How am I supposed to
cover it?
What?
You got it.
Like, how do I even read about this? What is he talking about?
Yeah, I think I see it. It's the one that says something. This one. All right. Was it that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That was it.
Yeah.
I was like,
wow.
Oh.
And that isn't
okay.
even really anything.
No, it was nothing. I was so baffled at what you were sending me, but I was like, I'm not going to be rude.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, crazy person.
This is a really good. This is a really good article here, and we can go through and I'll show you all the different points on the timeline, and then also what's interesting though is the father and the wife of Janice. He sort of refutes some of the good things that are said in this article.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Okay, so it says, at the end of a row of identical townhouses, a young woman awakened, fed her fussing baby. So let me go to the actual house where they live.
And this is really quite a sad case. This is rough.
Yeah, there it is. So they lived in these apartments right here, and just we'll do like a ground shot just so you can get a visual of where they would have lived, in these apartments here.
Mm-hmm.
And so it says, so she awakened, fed her fussy baby, and comforted a husband who had just lost his job. He goes, that's bullshit, so. Anyways. It was not exactly the best of times for the young family, but Janice Beidleman was never one to brood over misfortune. At 21, she was happy just to have around her the family she always wanted. Husband Stanley, 24, her high school sweetheart, and 20-month-old son, so not even 2, Brandon, right. Her precious baby. Janice's friend said, believed you, Janice's friends said, believe you have to accept life as it comes one day at a time. This would be her last. So here we go. This is the timeline. Between 10:30 and 11 p.m. last Sunday, Janice was brutally raped, sodomized, and strangled, and her infant son was killed by suffocation. Their bodies were found the next day in Alum Creek. So they might have DNA in this case. Near the Angler Road Bridge. Neither police nor the family members she left minutes before the slaying know how Janice and her son met this fate. 1 week later, they are still hunting for clues, still trying to explain an act that above all other crimes generates a sense of outrage, the killing of a mother and a child. Based on interviews conducted by Dispatch reporters last week with relatives, friends, and neighbors, this was Janice's and Brandon's last day. All right, so at 8:30 a.m., the Parkley North Complex off Westerville Pike is coming to life in a brick-faced townhouse number 4170 at the end of a building on a short lane named Beechwood Drive. Says Dr. I don't know.
No, that's drive.
Drive. My brain just I looked somewhere else and I came back. I was like, wow, 21-year-old doctor? That's crazy. Yeah, it's funny. I looked away and then I came back. Janice and Stanley wake up earlier than usual for us because I'm a second shift man, he says. He did talk about a little bit of his shifts and so forth in the... All right,
Do you want me to read?
Yeah, you can read some too. I got to get some water.
All right. 9 a.m. while Janice feeds the baby and prepares breakfast, Stanley turns on the television set, but his thoughts wander to the job he lost 2 days earlier when he was laid off from the Fisher Body Division of General Motors Corporation at 200 Georgeville Road. The family's lifestyle is a simple one, but Stanley knows it's going to be tough if I'm not working. After breakfast, Janice embraces her husband and tells him that they're going to get by somehow. They always have. I'll always worry about money when I'm not working, he says, but she tells me, don't worry, honey. We're all together and we'll make it. Now, I did listen to the recording.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I think they were trying to make, you know how the media does, you know, they're making this something that he's like, no, that didn't even happen. We weren't even worried about it.
He doesn't want to feel like he's somebody that lost a job.
Yeah, he said that they, you know, GM is known for doing layoffs for a couple months. You come back, you're off for this, whatever. He felt like it wasn't a big deal. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And then 10 a.m., Janice and Stanley continue to talk, and the conversation turns ironically to death and the funeral of a family friend the day before. Because of the funeral, Stanley didn't take his usual Saturday afternoon motorcycle ride. Now Janice encourages him to go out and get the motorcycle and have a good time and take your mind off of things, he recalls. She says she plans to visit relatives later in the day.
Yeah, but the thing is see, how does this stuff made up by a reporter? See, but he doesn't, and when you listen to the interview, it's like all this stuff no.
I mean, the motorcycle thing was true, right?
Yeah.
Or he said that it was.
Yeah, but it's just that was too specific up above that, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see where the okay, so I actually have it all mapped out, like where the next part is. Where are we at here on 11:20?
At 11 a.m. or?
Yeah, 11 a.m. Let's.
Janice, dressed in blue jeans and a light orange blouse, puts on some of her favorite jewelry, earrings, a gold necklace, gold ankle bracelet, and a watch. She picks up Brandon, clad only in a diaper and shoes, and they set out in their orange and white Chevrolet Vega to take Stanley to pick up his motorcycle, which is stored at a friend's house. The car's gas gauge reads nearly empty.
Yeah.
And then at 11:20, they get to, I think, a gas station.
Yep. Yeah, there's one right here. And they actually gave the...
there you go, the gas station.
Right.
Yep.
Are you reading it off my screen or...
Off the YouTube screen.
Oh, interesting.
The Beidleman family car pulls into Bonded Oil gas station at East Hudson and Joyce Ave. Now they must resolve an immediate financial problem. Stanley and Janice only have $10 between them. Janice pays $3 worth of gas, leaving her with $2. Stanley gives her another $2 and keeps $3 for himself. 11:30 a.m. After an 8-block trip, they arrive at the house of Samuel Newsom at 1878 Germain Drive.
Yeah, so let me just show some of these. So this is where the motorcycle was, right here. And, you know, so that's where they were hanging out right there. And so, they're just, and then she takes off in a little bit, but you'll be reading that. I think I need to, like, eat an apple or something. I feel kind of...
Eat one.
That's why my brain's not working too good. I forgot to eat.
No problem. Eat. I haven't eaten yet myself.
All right, so I'm going to turn up... Let me go get that. I'm going to turn my volume down, and then this, I can still hear what you're reading.
Well, I need the PDF back up, though.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
It's just weird that you can't see it on your screen.
I can't see it on Zoom at all, so.
Wow.
It's terrible. Okay. Janice puts Brandon, who's been playing with Newsom, in the car. She kisses Stanley goodbye. It's the last time they will see each other. Every time we were separating from each other, we would kiss goodbye and say, I love you, Stanley says. It's just something we always did. We've had friends who died and knew tomorrow's not promised to anyone. 1 p.m., Stanley leaves with Newsom and other friends. Janice would later tell her aunt, Diane West, that she took Brandon home for the afternoon. She says she was just resting at home. She hadn't even cleaned the house, Diane said. Janice said she tried to take a nap, but was interrupted by several telephone calls. Diane sees Janice's car pull up in front of her house at 1048 Bonham Ave off Cleveland Ave. The visit is unexpected, but not unusual. The two women are close. Those girls were like sisters, says Alex Malone, Janice's stepfather. The pair talk while Janice borrows Diane's curling iron to curl her hair. Scroll up. All right. Janice takes Brandon and her brother, David Foster, 14, who is visiting Diane out to pick up some hamburgers for the group. We were going to McDonald's, David said. But Janice said that was too expensive. She didn't have much money, so we went to White Castle.
I just want to show these other spots here. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Janice, Stanley, and Brandon.
So they went back home, right? Then they went to Diane's house. It's way over here. And it's not there anymore. Looks like
it's gone?
Yeah. And then they went to White Castle instead of McDonald's because McDonald's was too expensive. So that's where White Castle is. From there to here. All right, so let me get back to that's where we just left off, right?
Yep, at White Castle.
All right.
Okay. After eating, Janice and Diane decide to take the baby to visit his grandmother, Jeanette Beidleman, who lives in the Village Green Apartments off Woodland Ave, about 1.5 miles away. David stays behind while the Beidlemans, Janice picks up a plate of food to take home to Stanley. 9:30 p.m., Janice, who has taken Diane back home, receives a telephone call from Stanley, who is now home at Beechwold Drive. They were laughing in the background and sounded like they were having a good time. I told her she could stay for a while, but she wanted to come home and put the baby to bed. At 10 p.m., Janice leaves Diane's house after some prodding from her brother David. She was having fun, but I was bugging her to take me home because I had school the next day, David said, who attended Medina Middle School. Before Janice departs, both David and Diane see her write out a shopping list. She has some food stamps and says she plans to shop at the Kroger at Northern Lights Shopping Center on Cleveland Ave. Janice loves sweet stuff, David added. She said she was going to get her some junk food. 10:15 p.m. Janice, Brandon, and David arrive at the home of Janice's mother, Helen Foster, and stepfather Alex Malone at 2360 Marcia Drive after a 2-mile drive.
Show you the other location. So the grandmother, she lived pretty close to where they don't really have it there anymore either. These were all like part of a, I don't know what you call it, almost like a low income housing or something.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where the address is, somewhere around in this area. And then this is where, remember where the motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really close to that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have that, and then Helen Foster. This is where I think. Was this where they got the plate of food? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Story. All right. Then they went back to Diane's house, so they go all the way back over here again. So they're just driving all over the place. I mean, it's like a really, great timeline of like where she was and everything. And let's see, is that where we're at right now?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I think she was getting ready to go food shopping. So
yeah.
David carries Brandon out to the car while Janice says goodbye to her parents. There was a pillow on the seat, so I put Brandon down on the pillow, David said. When the car backed out of the driveway, Miss Foster recalls seeing the receding headlights. Nobody saw which direction she headed. The Marcia Drive home of Janice's parents is in a quiet neighborhood of streets that dead end to the north and to the east. To leave, Janice had to travel south, or more likely east toward Cleveland Ave. If she did reach Northern Lights Shopping Center, she found the Kroger store closed. At a 24-hour operation all week, the store closes at 10 p.m. on Sundays. 11 p.m., residents of the Bridgeview Hills subdivision off Agler Road see a car drive around the barricades in an uninhabited area.
Here, I'll show you this part. Yeah, so you can actually see it. It's crazy. You go right down to here. And there was a barrier or something right behind there. I've seen it there. See?
Mm-hmm.
Like they went right, I don't know if it's a barrier, but you can drive right through there and look at that. It goes through there and then you're down into this area. Yeah, it's crazy because you go down in this area and where they were found was right over here, but you can go down here and then there's literally somebody went on Street View and you can go on the path down here, which is crazy. So you can actually see pretty much where the whole thing took place. But let's go back to the article here. So you were right there.
Okay, a woman's screams and the crying of a baby are heard. In this area, less than a half a mile from her parents' home, that Columbus police believe where the two were killed, Janice, beaten and raped, was strangled. The baby apparently was suffocated with the pillow on which he was laying in the car. At home, a worried Stanley spends early Monday morning calling friends, the police, local hospitals. He will learn of the deaths from the news reports early Monday afternoon. Within the missing half hour from 10:30 to 11 p.m. lies the answer to the mystery. Police believe that there were two assailants, but say they have drawn a blank trying to fill in that time. The family says that Janice, protective of her baby, would not have stopped to pick up a hitchhiker or aid a stranger. Did she stop for someone she knew, or was her car forcibly entered? Janice's friend Donette Curtis addressed another question in a poem she wrote the day that the bodies were found. The question that is not for you or I to ask the Almighty God why, but the answer that is best to know that our loved ones are at peace and at rest. That is very sad. They smothered him with a pillow.
Yeah, and then they
were half a mile from her mother's house.
Yeah, I think they actually have more
that's sick.
Descriptions here of what happened. He said she had several bruises from blows on the head and lacerations and scratches indicating she had been raped. An autopsy disclosed her son died of suffocation. Detectives speculated she had been beaten by a man's fist and that her son was suffocated with a pillow found near the creek. And sadly, that's the same pillow that the brother placed underneath Brandon when he was placed in the car. Homicide detective Robert Litzinger said he imagined at least two people who may have known the victims killed the woman and her child. Detectives said they are investigating the possibility that the attacker or attackers killed the woman elsewhere and then dumped her body in the creek. No blood was found in the victim's car, which was about 50 yards from the water's edge. I think they were killed right there at the scene. Stanley Beidleman, 24, the woman's husband, arrived at the creek while the bodies were still there. He wasn't even 2 years old, Mr. Beitelman cried, after police confirmed that the victims were his wife and child. Who could be so sick, who could be so weak as to kill a child? He said, I called police at 6:30 this morning, and they said I've got to wait 24 hours to make a missing person report. Now my wife and baby are dead, and I've got to wait. That sounds like that kind of sounds like Stanley right there. He's getting angry. Yeah. Mr. Beitelman said as police refused to let him near the roped-off murder scene. The mother and son had been missing since about 11:30 p.m. Sunday, when Mrs. Beitelman left her mother's home for the 5-mile trip home. But see, she was supposed to go to the she wanted to go get groceries, but the place was closed. So you wonder if at that moment she got out of the car and then there was an opportunistic killer that...
Perhaps, yeah. Maybe she went up to the door and it was closed and she comes back to get in the car or something.
Yeah, now this, here's when they were discovered. Mrs. Beitelman's body was discovered about 1:20 p.m. Monday by William Mazzetti, 22 of 2823 Sunbury Road. Mazzetti said he noticed a car similar to the victim's orange and white Vega. I actually have a picture of what that would have looked like. Let's see. I'll find it here in a second. It's funny how when you actually saw it 5 seconds... Oh, there it is right there. Chevy Vega. So that's the kind of car she had. Really sticks out. Can you see that? I mean, it's really...
Sorry, I told you right around 3:15, 3:30, this house goes crazy, so I can't focus once...
Yeah, that's okay.
The universe starts coming home.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't heard the pounding outside yet.
No.
Yeah, so that's the vehicle. Basically looked just like that.
Yeah, I looked it up too. I wanted to see what it looked like, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a pretty."
Yeah, so he said he saw
that car sticks out for sure.
He said he saw white Vega drive down a gravel road off Sunbury Road about 10:45 p.m. Sunday. So that was the same night. Like, remember she left the house and then he saw it drive down a gravel road off Sunbury Road. So
somebody had to have forced her to drive down there.
Yeah, I think this is Sunbury Road, and I think her vehicle was found right down in here. Yeah. Brandon's body was found down there in the creek, but her car was found right down there. So you wonder, was this, they'd made it into a path for people, but you sort of wonder at one point, was it a place you could drive a car down here at one point? I don't know. I mean, this would have been something they had to construct because it crosses the bridge.
Yeah, that's new.
So what's weird is if you came from this way, breaking through this barrier, and you got down here, was the car found on this side or over here? Because if it was over there, they would have had to drive back out around and then pull in. There's a spot right over here that I was looking at that seemed like I think it was right on the end down here, where it looked like it made it one time. Like, why? See, what I was wondering is, why is this here? Right? I mean,
why is what where?
This cement here. See, I think there used to be something else that went down there.
Oh, I see.
That doesn't make any sense. There's nothing over there that would make you think, oh, I need a ramp over here. So it's almost like there was a place you could pull in at one point and drive.
I mean, I'm sure a lot's changed in all these years.
See that?
It's been so long now.
Maybe see that right there?
Now, with DNA, do we know if they got any DNA off of them at all?
Well, I hope so. I want to just call them again and say, hey, I put together this, funding mechanism. If you guys don't have the funds, I'd love to solve that one. That would just be amazing. Not me personally, but I'd fund it.
Right.
But let's see.
To test it and see if they can find out what in the world happened.
Yeah. Let's see. So Mazzetti noticed the car near the creek at about 12:30 p.m. Monday. So he saw it, the same person, he drove by it at 10:45 p.m. on Sunday. Then the road is often used by fishermen to reach Alum Creek. So I'm wondering if that little side thing I was just showing you from the air right here.
Could have been.
See, look at that. And see, that looks like a place where you'd actually drive up and down a long time ago. See?
Right. Yep.
Okay, so maybe that's what it was.
And they switched it, yeah.
And then it says, then Mazzetti, the next day, noticed the car near the creek at about 12:30 p.m. Monday and investigated. Mazzetti said the driver's door was open and 10 to 15 bobby pins were on the car roof. That's weird. Like, what is that? What the hell is that? He also said there was a print from a man's shoe on the ground on the passenger side. At the creek, Mazzetti found Mrs. Beitelman's body lying face up in the water. Franklin County Sheriff deputies found the boy's body on the west side of the creek beneath the Angler Road Bridge shortly after Mazzetti summoned them. Columbus police were called because the bodies, which were about 50 yards from each other, were inside the Columbus city limits.
Insane.
Yeah, so, wow. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think, like, these cases all need publicity, too, so people might, you know, it's hard to, you know, for somebody to remember something that happened 40 years ago, but at least people talking about it might put pressure on people and get things rolling.
I mean, it could. I think the more valuable thing is, you know, technology now with the DNA and trying to push people to, you know, listen and run the tests that they need to run or do what they need to do to give that husband. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I'm sure her mom is gone. Her family, you know, it's how many years ago now?
Yeah. Here, let's just listen to like a part of the just so you guys get a feel for.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be real.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me? Why do I hear clapping?
Okay, all right. Ask me your questions.
Yeah, that was. Well, I just caught me off guard. You remember back to that time. What you know? Anything that they've been doing in the years since to try to figure that case out, or?
Okay. I remember every single thing about.
Wait, you just need to forward it like 5 minutes from now, and just give them a taste.
Keep on trucking. Yeah, there we go.
Letting me know that they were homicide detectives from Columbus, Ohio, and I really didn't give a fuck because I ain't done shit.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Were there questions that they asked suspicious sounding, or were they just really?
The questions that they asked immediately let me know that they're still looking at me. I'm just an everyday working guy. I took care of Janice from high school until she was murdered. I bought her clothes. I bought her shoes. I took care of our son. And for the very, very, very first time, they were bringing Brandon's paternity into the equation. And Brandon was born December the 19th of 1979 at the Ohio State University Hospital. I was there when he was born. I watched him slide out of his mother's womb. I signed his birth certificate. And from that day...
Were you nervous too? Like he was going to say something?
Oh, yes.
Because he doesn't care what he says.
No, he does not. He's very sweet at the moment.
Yeah.
Asking me about DNA. And I fucked her the morning that she died sometime that night, that Sunday night. We had sex that Saturday night. We had sex that Sunday morning. And they want to give me this bullshit about, well, we found your fingerprints all over her car. Well, that was my motherfucking car.
Right. And it's also reasonable that you would have sex with your wife.
No, when you're 24 years old, you're getting some pussy every chance you get.
Yeah. All right. See, there you go, everybody.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's how it goes. It's like an hour and 50 minutes.
I want to help this man because I love him. He's my spirit animal, and I love him so much. Yeah. So I want all the DNA things to help this man, right? Yeah. So
maybe I'll call over there and see if I can get what's going on with that.
I just love him. And I think that he really needs to be, he needs closure. Yeah. He's 63. This is bullshit in his words, and I agree with him. Oh, we're going to play him again. We'll see what this week holds and whether we can get back together this week, but we definitely need to
we'll play the whole thing. You kind of caught me off guard, too. And when my interview style is different than others. Like, I don't sit there and have, like, this full list of things. I just like to kind of have a conversation and let them speak. And then after a while, it sort of leads you in different directions. And he's definitely somebody you didn't have to prompt to speak, though. I mean, he would just keep on going. So we had a few different people join today, but that screen I lost it.
Oh, you lost it. Well, thank you.
Well, actually,
new
no,
members.
I got it. It's right here. I thought I lost it. So
Sorry, not you. I'm not telling you to shush.
let's see. It was Alicia, Monique, and
No, they didn't join. They were
for a
showing
while.
us that they're members.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they
nobody
were using their
joined.
member badge thing, I think.
Oh, we got no members, and then
I think we lost people, but we gained 2 more people back. So there you go.
Elaine
That's
Talling and Emily Flotilla.
Mm.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, we can't even focus on it. It's. I don't want those people, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? I don't think you want those people either. So there you are.
No.
I mean, go watch people who are getting struck for playing other people's content 24 hours a day. Have fun with that. We don't want you here anyway. So
Yeah, the thing is people are out there thinking that other YouTubers got them. Well, I mean, if you call it WFLA, another YouTube channel. But here's the thing. Like, I don't even know if I want to say the name of the channel, but
I would not even say it. I can say
I actually told her what you're
Stop
doing
doing it.
streaming a live stream, another streamer's live stream on YouTube, and using it as your content is 100% against YouTube's terms of service, and it's
Of course it is.
and it's so obvious why. Right? I mean, it's like, of course it is. I mean, imagine right now we're doing this show, and there's somebody else over there streaming
it.
exactly what we're doing, and that's their show.
So
Okay,
crazy.
so I told her this like 3 different times, and she kept making fun of me, like, "Oh yeah, I mean, come on, yeah." Well,
Yeah,
it's
like you're the dummy. Like you're
yeah.
jealous.
I was trying to
because
help
of
her.
numbers.
I was trying to help her, and the one of the other things too is that it was like the only mechanism to create 3 or 4 hours of content that really shouldn't be out there because it's actually WFLA's content, right? So
No, we're not going to say any other creators' names. We don't do that shit. What I will tell you is this. There are channels right now, currently, who are literally buying live viewers. YouTube is getting a little crazy at this moment. I know that it'll calm down. We see it go through like these weird peaks of things, so it will calm down again after, I don't know, I think Jesus has to come down and say that it's Brian's body or something, and then we can all go back to normal.
it's I have a
Right now
feeling
it's just wild. It's wild.
yeah, no, it's going to do this. Chris, it'll be exactly like Chris Watts, but on steroids, because this is bigger than Chris Watts.
I hope not.
And so,
I hope-
no, because even if they come out and give you the whole timeline of what they believe happened, there'll be people that see an inconsistency and do an entire 3-hour show on that. It's never going to end because it's like they know it's the gift that keeps on giving. The real
It's
true crime
sad.
people, everybody, are the people that vary things up and talk about other things. Okay, they're not only doing the same thing. If you go look at the playlist and if it says Brian Laundrie for 10 days straight, they're not legit. Okay, that's just the reality.
Well, I mean, because there are, whatever. We are not the saint and
Yeah.
whatever the fuck the word for female saint is, whatever. We're not them. But what we're saying is this is crazy town. It's, I don't know. I've unsubscribed to a lot of things just because, it aggravates your soul on the inside.
No, it really does.
You don't want to be
frustrating.
jealous of other people, but you're thinking, wow, like what the hell?
Yeah.
We've got a mom missing over
Right.
here with 2 kids who vanished off the planet.
You think to yourself,
Nobody
boy,
cares.
I could have done this too. I could have sat there and milked a case over and over. And it's like, well, why didn't you? People might say, because it's not ethical. Really. I mean, it really
You
is.
end up going to bed
Yeah.
feeling like a douche.
But here's one thing too I would say is that there's 2 different types of true crime YouTubers. They're the ones that try to get the stories out and actually try to help and try to get a something moving towards a case, or just trying to help in general. And I think that's why I like chasing, and I feel like I do the same thing. And then there's other people that merely have true crime channels for the entertainment part of it, where they're just there to entertain as many people as possible and get as many views as possible. So they don't really care about the content. They're only going to be doing shows that are really popular and have the biggest bang for their buck. right? And I don't feel like we do that at all. Like what?
No, I had to really give it some thought yesterday. You know, I've given it thought for a long time, but yesterday I said, you know what? After I saw this weird new channel literally buying live subscribers, I was like, oh, I have to unsubscribe to all of these people, because I can't keep watching this, because it makes me feel like discussing it makes me look jealous or something.
That's what
so
they
I'm like,
say.
okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm just unsubscribing, and I'll never know what they do again.
Yeah.
That's it.
And unfortunately, they get recommended too, so you have to do the thing where don't recommend this one.
I have done that. I did that to that one that I sent yesterday. I was like, who is this man? Where did he come from? What is happening here? And then I looked and was like, oh.
Yeah. And the thing is, people do say that whole jealous thing all the time. It's so ridiculous. They go, you're just jealous. Jealous of what? You know, the thing is you could make an argument that you feel bad that you're not getting all those subs, but those subs, you want to watch this, everybody. Go to those same channels when they try to cover anything else. You'll see a tenth the people there.
Yeah. I mean, and is there some jealousy? Of course. I mean, Gray works like 7 hours a day on YouTube. He should have all the views on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
He literally like sends his money to pay for DNA to do the things. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh my God, I want to punch these people directly in the face.
Yeah.
Listen, this is our professional channel. I'm only allowed to talk about this while I'm drinking coffee and smoking.
Yeah, near the end. Yeah.
Go to the other channel to hear me rant and rave. But he deserves, it's bullshit. Really, So there's the rant for today. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. And we don't like it.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, I got an idea. Well, we should. This is just totally random. It had nothing to do with what we were just saying. Just to change the subject. Hey, look at that. Thank you, Christina.
Hey, welcome. We got a damn. Look at that. Ranting sometimes helps.
Yeah. Come on, you guys.
Telling ya.
Why don't we call Beitelman up?
Yeah.
Together too. Like we'll do the other interview. No, but I wonder if he'll change his tune a little bit. If there's a woman.
No, he won't.
Probably not.
He is Scott's Uncle Floyd all day, every day.
Yeah.
He's not going to change his tune.
Because he said I could call him again. I wouldn't mind doing that.
We should try it.
Yeah, see what
we got to play that first interview though. It's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Do I need to edit anything out of it? It's just kind of long, right?
I wouldn't. I mean, it's 2 hours. We can be doing other things while we're playing the interview. I mean, don't people do that? They just stream other people's shit all day and then go do other things and then come back when a commercial.
Except this is our shit though. That's the difference.
We can slack off for one day and just sit there and let it play. I don't know.
We can let it play and then stop
and then
every
we'll
once
pop in and say something like, "Hey, hi."
Yeah, like how about like we could do it like every 15 minutes we break in and sort of let people.
We'll just put timers on our phone.
Yeah, I'll be actually have it on listening, but and then when people like 15 minutes later, you just say, "Oh God, what do you guys think of that?" And you see all the comments. Oh man, and then boom.
They're gonna love him. I mean, listen, he needs all the justice. He's my favorite guy. I love him. I was listening to it and I'm laughing, thinking, "Oh my God, what is Gray thinking while he's listening to this?"
No, but I was laughing too. You think I'm just like this totally goody two shoes, okay?
Yes, you are. You compliment women by saying lizard eyes. I don't think.
Okay, that's not smooth.
Yesterday when my wife and I fucked. I don't think you say things like that. You're not vulgar. You've never said that in your life.
Well, I don't say that. I'm just saying it didn't bother me because I'm, I just thought it was really crude the way he talked, but it was funny as well, and also
very funny.
Everybody was like, "I like this guy."
I love that guy. I'm like, this is my favorite guy right here. Yeah. I love him.
Yeah. So listen, everybody. If I do say you have lizard eyes, it means that you have pretty eyes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. It's not a negative comment, even though you'll take it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gray was blush. Come on, Jules. No, I wasn't. Hey.
Welcome, Susie.
Hey, thanks, Mama She 13 too. Right there.
Thanks, Mama She. No, so funny. So funny. I don't know. I think that Gray is more on the, he's a decent guy. He's a decent talker. if he was on Seinfeld, would be like, that Gray, he's a decent talker.
Yeah, thanks for reading for a minute there. By not having sugar, I was struggling. It was weird. My eyes sort of...
I gotta find something to eat for dinner. It's 3:48. I've eaten not one thing today. Not one thing. I got so carried away with that whole Summer Wells thing that I don't know. My head hurts.
Yeah, I haven't done much with Summer Wells lately.
Well, Dawn was on last night with somebody. I had to listen to it, and now my head hurts.
Did he say anything weird? Or?
I mean, the same stuff. People were like yelling at him, and he was he stayed so damn calm, boy. I don't know. I would have been trying to climb through the phone to beat these people to death, but he was really calm, and he said what he's always said. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks, Amy. I don't know.
Charleston,
man.
Amy.
It was really rough.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was hard to listen to. It really was. It was rough. I don't know.
Is it worth listening to, or I don't know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was talking about it. I was like, yeah, me and Gray have talked about talking to Dawn, but what are we going to ask him?
Yeah. Did they ask a lot of the stuff that maybe we would have wanted to ask, or?
No. They wanted to know things like, what did Summer eat for breakfast that day? And why doesn't Don honor his wife and not talk to other women? And, you know, Gray, don't make my eyes hurt.
You're going to get agita. Whatever the hell that is.
I'm going to lose my mind.
Anyways, I'm going to go back and see if you said she didn't go to work at the... she didn't make it to the workout place. Okay, everybody?
You should go
We're going to go debunk it.
Yeah, go debunk my own self. Thank you.
I don't know.
All right, I have to go. It's been great. I have a lot to do.
All right, so I'm gonna get off. We're gonna get off of here now. Thank you guys. Hope you guys found those interesting. You know, the Beitelman case is just really disturbing. I don't really know. I think it might just be something like she got abducted.
People are calling me. I gotta go.
Okay.
See people.
All right. You can. Okay, you gotta go. All right. See you later. Bye bye. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit the end the show now, everybody. But thank you guys very much for being here, and we'll see you guys next time. Probably the next time will be the interview with Beidleman, the guy that you just heard a second ago. It'll be great. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Oop, wrong button. But do that too.